Hi. In 1984, there were over 44,000 traffic deaths. In that same period, nearly 1,700,000 people were disabled because of a traffic accident. A lot of these accidents involve drinking and driving, and if the people that were drinking and driving were alive today, they'd tell you, I was only having a good time. My name's Jeff Clark. I'm a student, a senior in high school, and I like to have a good time. But today I'd like you to think about something really serious: drinking and driving. In the 4 years I've been in high school, I've seen 4 people killed because they were drinking and driving. Today we'd like to run through the exact procedure that the Fairfax County Police Department has when they pull someone over for drinking and driving. As you watch this, think about what it would be like to be pulled over by a police car. More importantly, think about what your parents would do when they had to come and pick you up. But if neither one of those things scare you, think about losing your license.
I see a driver's license and registration, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the registration out. The answer.
721 Baker.
Mr. Clark, do you know why I stopped you?
No, not really. I wasn't speeding or anything, was I?
I stopped you for driving while intoxicated. How much have you had to drink tonight?
I just came home from a picnic and I had a couple beers.
You've had a couple beers? How many is a couple?
3, maybe
Okay,
4.
do you know where you are right now?
Springfield somewhere. Springfield? Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Clark, I'd like you to step outside the vehicle for a minute. I'd like to talk to you back here.
Okay.
Okay, what I want you to do is a few tests here. You have to understand that you are not obligated to take any of these tests. This helps me determine whether or not you're an intoxicated driver or whether or not I can let you go, okay? First off, what I want you to do is recite your ABCs.
A, B, C, D, E, G.
Okay, that's enough. How about if you start from 100 and count backwards? 100, 99, 98.
100, 99, 98, 97, 97, 96, 95, 96, 95.
Okay, that's good enough. Okay, the next test what I want you to do is I want you to put your heels together. I want you to stand straight up, hold your arms out to your side like this. I want you to hold your head back, hold your head straight back like this, and touch your nose with your index finger. Okay, keep your eyes closed. Okay, now do the other arm. Okay, that's good enough. Now, what I want you to do, put your arms to your side, keep your heels together. What I want you to do is take your one foot and put it up by your knee and count to 10.
1, 2. Three, 4.
Okay, see if you can do the other one. Same thing.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, all right, that's good enough. The last test what I want you to do, and I'm going to demonstrate it first, okay? What I want you to do is walk heel to toe. I want you to walk a straight line, walk heel to toe, and count to 9. Take 9 steps, and I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 9. Walk a straight line up, do the same thing back. Count it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, go ahead and turn around and come back the same way.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, come on back over here. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is a field screening device. It's called an ALCA sensor. You don't have to take this test. You're not obligated, and this test will not be used in the court of law, but it helps me make a determination of how much you've had to drink. You going to take it?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can take it.
Stand right there, and I'll be with you in just a minute, all right? Okay, what I want you to do, just have a seat in the car, ma'am. I'll be with you in just a minute. Just have a seat in the car. Okay, what I want you to do is blow into this until I tell you stop. Okay, that's good enough. This gives me a digital readout of how much you've had to drink, okay? You see the results there?
Is that how many beers I've had?
That's not how many beers, that's a blood alcohol percentage above 0.10. You see what the results are?
Yeah.
Okay, Ms. Clark, I think you've had too much to drink and drive. What I want you to do is turn around, put your hands out to your side like that, spread your legs apart. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. I want you to spread your legs apart. Do you have any weapons or contraband on you? Any drugs? Okay, you are now under arrest for driving while intoxicated. I'm going to be placing you in the back of my cruiser. When you get in, I want you to watch your head. Don't hit it, okay? Okay, Jeff, I need to explain a few things to you. First, you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand that? You have the right to consult with a lawyer before answering any questions. Do you understand that? And you have a right to have a lawyer with you during any questioning. Do you understand that? If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be provided for you free of cost if you want one. Do you understand that? Jeff, do you understand these rights as I've explained them to you? Do you have any questions of me?
No.
Okay. Miss, you want to step out of the car for a minute, please? Step over here. Miss, what's your name?
Michelle Ryan.
Michelle, where do you live?
Alexandria.
You live in Alexandria. How much have you had to drink tonight?
I don't know. I guess same as him.
Okay, who owns the car?
It's mine.
It's yours? Is it in your name or is it
No,
in your parents' name?
it's in my parents'
It's
name.
in your parents' name. Okay. I think you've had too much to drink and drive. And I'm going to put you in the front seat of my car and take you to the station and contact your parents to pick you up. Now, it's either that choice or you go to jail. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Pull up.
Kevin, what's your prisoner's name?
Person's name is Jeffrey David Clark.
All right, Mr. Clark, you've been arrested for DWI. As a condition to drive upon the highways of Virginia, you have to submit to a test to determine the blood alcohol content of your blood. And you have selected the breath test, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the next 20 minutes, you're going to sit here and I'm going to observe you. During that 20 minutes, you're not allowed to put anything in your mouth, nor anything near your mouth. I'm going to ask you to take your hands down, keep them away from your mouth. Do you have anything in your mouth at this time?
No.
Open your mouth. Lift your head up a little bit. Lift your tongue up. Lift it up. Okay. Again, let me emphasize, don't put anything near your mouth. If you do, I'm going to have Officer Brown handcuff you again behind your back, which is not very comfortable. You have a copy of your summons?
Yeah, you get the copy. The
Yellow
government
copy.
Yellow copy.
Defendant's copy.
Jeffrey, what's your mother's name? First name? Can you spell it?
Lafonda.
Same last name, Clark?
Yeah.
And your father's first name?
Carl.
C-A-R-L?
Yeah.
Same last name, Clark?
Yeah.
Jeff, where did you come by your alcohol? Did you purchase it? Or somebody give it to you? Where'd you get it?
Just out at lunch, I had a couple of drinks.
Did you get it down in Georgetown, or where did you get it?
I don't. It was just a bunch of people got together for lunch, and people had it.
Okay. You don't know where it was purchased?
I don't know where.
Jeff, as I did to you on the scene, I'm going to advise you of the Virginia Implied Consent Law again to make sure you
Keep your
understand
hand
that.
down.
I'm charging you with driving while under the influence of intoxicants. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You are advised that any person who operates a motor vehicle on the public highways of this state is deemed, as a condition to such operation, to have consented to have a sample of his blood or breath taken for a chemical test to determine the alcoholic content of his blood. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You are further advised that the unreasonable refusal to consent to having a sample of blood or breath taken for a chemical test constitutes grounds for the revocation of your privilege to operate a motor vehicle upon the highways of this state. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You may elect to have either the blood or breath sample taken, provided that both tests are available. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And you have decided to take the breath test, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jeff, where do you go to school?
Go to Robinson.
And is Jeremiah Courts your correct address?
Yeah. How long is this going to take?
It's going to take a few minutes because you're going to have to sit here and be observed for a few minutes before you can actually take the test. Do you know if your parents are currently home, or are they?
They're probably still at work.
They're at work? Do you know how to contact them at work?
Yeah. I have their number somewhere.
You're going to have to take your hands down away from your face, okay? If you put them back up to your mouth again, I'm going to have to handcuff you behind your back. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Kevin, about 2 minutes. We'll be ready for the test.
Okay.
Mr. Clark, what I want you to do is I need you to blow in here, okay? I need you to take a deep breath and expel all your air. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to blow all these lights out. You just keep blowing until I tell you to stop. I got my hand on your back. I'll be able to tell how much. Take a deep breath. No, harder. Come on. Harder, harder, harder. Stop. Put your mouth down to this line. Make a good seal. Blow. Harder. Keep going. You got to blow all those lights out. Come on. Get. Okay. Okay. Okay, stand up. Okay, it'll be about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, Kevin, you want to come up here? We're ready to take the reading. Okay, Mr. Clark, what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this button down. When I do, this needle is going to fall all the way down here. I will adjust this until this needle is even again with that black line. At that point, it will give us your blood alcohol content. How much did you say you had to drink, Mr. Clark?
A couple of beers.
Okay, you had more than a couple. You had a lot more than a couple. Okay. State law is that .10 alcohol content is considered intoxicated. This is a little bit more than .30, so we're going to drop it back to .30, which is 3 times the legal amount. Okay, do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what I'm going to give you here is the certificate of breath analysis. It gives my name and all the data on this machine that's required. It also gives you your results right here, .30. That's his. Kevin, this goes with your summons or warrant, whichever you choose to get. Okay?
Thank you.
So what do I do now?
What's the court? Come with me. Hello, may I speak to Mr. Clark, please? Mr. Clark, this is Officer Brown from the Fairfax County Police Department, and I've just arrested your son Jeffrey for driving while intoxicated. I need you to respond to the district station to pick him up. It's the West Springfield District Station, which is located on Rolling Road. It's near West Springfield High School and near Keene Mill Road. Well, as soon as possible, sir. How long would it take you to get here? Okay, that'll be fine. Thank you, sir. I'll see you. When you come into the station, please ask for me. They'll direct you to the appropriate office. My name is Officer Brown. Thank you, sir. Bye. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Clark, thank you for responding here to the station. Let me explain to you why we're here and how we got this to this position. I was proceeding down Rolling Road towards Hillside Road when I fell in behind a car, followed it, and found that it was driving erratically. It turned down Hillside Road. As I followed it down Hillside Road, I found that the car was weaving in the traffic lane. I stopped the car down near the backside of Hillside Road in the open area at the curb, found that Jeff was the driver of the car, and as I got him out of the vehicle, I found that he had been drinking alcoholic beverage. I administered some field tests on the scene at the traffic stop and found that, in my opinion, he had had too much to drink and drive. At that point, I placed him under arrest for driving while intoxicated and towed the vehicle. I transported him up here to the station and administered a breathalyzer test, at which time the results have come back, and he has been drinking and has had 3 times the legal limit to be able to be a driver on the highways of Virginia.
3 times?
Yes, sir. This is the breath alcohol analysis form, and this is the certification checklist of the breathalyzer machine itself. This shows that the breathalyzer machine was operating correctly and that the operator administered the test correctly and that this shows the results. This will accompany the paperwork to the court itself when we go to court. I wanted to show you this to actually show you that he has had a test and that he has had 3 times the legal limit in the state of Virginia. We will be going to court on this case, and if you will, if I can show you this for just a minute, this is the actual summons to show you that he has been arrested. If I can explain this to you, this is a summons for the Fairfax County Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court. It's located at 4000 Chambridge Road in the city of Fairfax. The court date is the 23rd of October of this year for a 9 a.m. court appearance for the charge of driving while intoxicated. I need your signature here at the X. Signing the summons, as it is stated right here, is not an admission of his guilt. It's simply a promise for him to come to court and take care of the matter before a judge. Signing this allows me to release him to you.
Okay. If he's found guilty, what are the penalties for?
If he's found guilty for a first-time offense, and I'm presuming that's what this is, the first-time offense maximum penalty can be $500 fine and/or 6 months in detention. If you understand that, I said and/or. If it's a first-time offense, most cases it would be much lesser than that, with usually no detention penalty. A lot of times there can be community service involved in something like this, and usually it's a loss of license for a specified amount of time. That's what the usual offense is. Now, let me explain to you a couple things. Because he is under the age of 18, I'm releasing him to you from the test procedure. Had he been over the age of 18, 18 or above, once the test was completed, I would take him before a magistrate. I would swear the facts of the case. A magistrate would write a warrant in this case, and then he would be placed in the detention facility. In this case, it's the jail. We call it the detention center up in Fairfax. He would be placed there until he could make bond. And bond is a monetary guarantee of whether or not he will promise to appear in court on the charge on this specific court date. Again, because he's a juvenile, I'm releasing him to you because that's the juvenile procedure. Do you understand that?
Yes, thank you.
Now, let me explain to you about the car. Because somebody has been arrested in a case like this,
Whose car was it?
I believe it's his girlfriend's car.
Or what became of her?
Okay, she was brought here to the station. She was not driving, and she was released to her parents, and there could be some pending court action with her as well. But again, she was not driving the vehicle, and so in this case, she would not be appearing in court for a drunk driving charge. But she was brought here to the station and released. Let me explain to you that the car was towed, and even though it's not your vehicle, I want to let you know that the car was towed, and we just don't leave it on the highway in a situation like this. I've notified her parents of the car being towed and where they can pick the car up. There is a tow fee involved in something like this, and we just don't let anybody drive the car. And again, because we believe she might have had something to drink, we could not allow her to operate the motor vehicle. Okay, basically that's all I need to do with you, other than to give this to you. I'm sure you probably are interested in hanging on to that.
Yes, I think I'll keep it for a long time.
And the other thing is that unless you have any other questions, I'm releasing him to you at this point.
Okay, thank you, officer.
Okay.
Well, you've really done it this time, haven't you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
After seeing the consequences, one really has to think about going out and getting in a car after they've been drinking. If you care about your friend's life, if you care about your own life, or even if you care about keeping your license, you're not going to drink and drive. Let's give it some thought.